Thank you, Reiko. We open our service this morning as we periodically must, extinguishing a candle. This morning, it's my deep sadness to share that Margot Campbell Gross and Peter Gross's son, Michael, died this week. Michael lived with enormous pain, especially these last few years, and increasingly with the loss of his abilities, freedom, and independence. His parents are deeply proud of the kind of man he was and of the courage of his decision. They ask for nothing, but they ask for our prayers, all of our prayers in this time, and that we share the celebration and pride in Michael that they have. Next week, we will take our offering in Michael's honor for the work of Faithful Fools at their request. In honor of Michael's passing, then, we extinguish a candle on our altar. May his spirit continue to bless and move among us. Good morning and welcome to everybody who's here in this space and joining us on live stream. I am Vanessa Southern. I'm the Senior Minister of the First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco, and I am joined on the chancel by the Reverend Kevin Alan Mann, who we are lucky to have back with us this morning. Reverend Mann is a chaplain by day, and by weekend and maybe late night hours and every possible moment he can, he does an enormous number of things. He is now on the adjunct faculty of the Starr King School of the Ministry, teaching one of the core classes. He is the organizer of California DRUUMM, which is the local California arm of our national diverse and revolutionary Unitarian Universalist Multicultural Ministries, and doing incredible work. Just got a grant from the UU funding panel to support that work. And he is planning, as you'll hear a little more about, to plant a UU congregation in his hometown city in the Philippines, from where he comes and where he hopes to return to be part of getting that effort off the ground. And we're so grateful for all of your work, all of it that we can't believe fits into any given week. And we're so grateful to have you back with us here. We also have Lori Lai on our chancel, who's a member of the congregation, our worship associate this morning, who has been in so many different places of leadership, from our board and our treasurer to our BIPOC group. And she and her wife created a documentary that you'll hear a little bit about, and is also part of this effort for us to support the work of the Philippines. But you'll all hear more about that later. And meanwhile, thanks to everybody who is making this morning possible, to our choir and our bell choir, to Reiko Odalane, who welcomed us in with organ music so we know we are in church, to shake the ground of our being, and to Mark Sumner and Bill Gans, who are helping guide us through the service, to our building team, our facilities team, Dan Bernard and Francisco Castellanos and Matias Pineda Salazar, to Jonathan Silk, who's making sure, along with Eli Boshiers, that the live stream comes home to everybody beyond these walls, that we're so grateful. Deborah and Amanda, who make sure that you have hot coffee, but with mugs that can be washed to ease our burden on our planet. To everybody who made programs this morning happen, to our ushers and greeters who I hope made you feel welcome from the moment you stepped in the building. We are grateful to have you all here. If you are here for the first time, I hope you'll fill out a connections form so we can send you our weekly electronic newsletter. I hope you know if you have a furry friend or like to sit with furry friends, you can sit in our pet section over on the side. Normally in the back here is a mask-only section, so if you're immunocompromised and want to have extra protection. If you need hearing-assisted devices, our ushers have them, as well as large print hymnals. And if there is anything we can do to make it easier for you to be here, please let us know. It's wonderful to be together. Thank you all for being here. Let us worship together.
Thank you so much to Reverend Vanessa and to the First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco. My name is Reverend Kevin Alan Mann, and it's an honor to be among you all this morning. We begin with our land acknowledgement. Take a moment to take a few deep breaths to ground you in the moment of here and now. We remember this morning the land on which we live, work, and worship is the ancient sacred grounds and unceded land of the Yelamu Ramatush Ohlone people of the San Francisco Bay Area. We name out loud the theft, displacement, colonization, and genocide that our lives profit from every day. We know that the land remembers. The oak trees and the mountains and the waterways remember. The descendants of the Ohlone people remember, and we too, worshipers at the First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco, we also remember. We rise in solidarity with Palestine and all indigenous people around the world fighting for their rights for sovereignty and self-determination. And we support the work of the local Shumi land tax, which directly supports Segorite's work of repatriation, returning indigenous land back to indigenous people, and building urban gardens, community centers, and ceremonial spaces so that current and future generations of indigenous people can thrive in their ancestral land, in their home of the Bay Area. Shumi means gift in the Ohlone language Chochenyo. May our remembrance be a shumi to the sacred ground that we walk upon. Amen. And now for our opening words from Adrienne Maree Brown, who talks a lot about nature and nature's ability to teach us. Adrienne says, "My favorite life forms right now are dandelions and mushrooms." She says the resilience in these structures, which we think of as weeds or fungi, I love to see the way that mushrooms can take substances that we think of as toxic and process them as food, or how dandelions spread not only themselves, but their community structure. Think of a dandelion, and when you blow into that seed, imagine that seed going into a million places. The resilience of these life forms is that they evolve while maintaining the core practices that ensure their survival. A mushroom is a toxic transformer. A dandelion is a community of healers waiting to spread. What are we as humans? What is our core function in the universe?
In the spirit of our gathering and worship with people all over the country and the world as Unitarian Universalists who are lighting their chalice, let's say together the words printed in your order of service. We light this chalice for the light of truth, the warmth of love, and the fire of commitment. We light this symbol of our faith as we gather together.
And for our call to worship this morning, we'll be watching the 2025 Unitarian Universalist Association In-Gathering video from our UUA president, Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt.
Greetings, beloveds. I'm the Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt, and it remains my privilege to serve as president of your Unitarian Universalist Association. As we gather at the beginning of a new congregational year, we know that our shared ministries unfold in challenging and complex times. Yet we also know that our tradition teaches that love's reach is expansive enough to include everyone, that no one is excluded from worth and dignity, and that this love that we put at the center of our faith has the power to overcome the fear that silences and stills us. As my colleague C.B. Beale has said, we must be intentional about moving fear out of the center and replacing it with love over and over again, as often as is necessary. May we continue to do this work of centering love across our faith and in our own communities, and in all that this congregational year may bring. May we lift one another up as we continue to meet this moment together.
Where we are in Unitarian Universalism in this moment is unique. We've named and claimed a set of shared values that define us and that can help us live into a faithful engagement with the values themselves.
Well, I think people aren't looking for answers, right? But they're looking for authentic community, moral grounding, and a vision, right? Rooted in hope and action. So I think right now, our values compel us, all of us, not just us ministers, but lay leaders and congregants alike, to speak uncomfortable truths and to hold space for healing at the same time.
It's more important than ever for our congregations and our buildings to be a sanctuary of radical welcome. We need to be asking, what are your access needs? What do you need to be included here? Because we need each other. We need everyone.
One of the ways we do that, I think, in congregations is creating communities of collective care, doubling down on our efforts to check in on one another. Sometimes that's cards and calls and meals, and sometimes it's much more than that, showing up for our partners in the community and those collective circles of care.
And when you fall in love with our justice movements and the people who power them, I think we find that together we are stronger, we're larger, we're more generous, and more connected.
At a moment when the world is in denial of the sacredness of all life, the democratic process, and of the need to deal with change, that we have to stand firm as UUs and stand on our moral ground, stand on what we believe, and we have to get into the fight, and we have to lead the fight from that place.
I believe that one of our most pressing tasks as Unitarian Universalists is to claim religion loudly, boldly, unapologetically, in public, and join together with other liberal religions to tell a different story of faith from the one that white Christian nationalists are telling. They have spent decades twisting and perverting religion, poisoning people with a theology of scarcity and fear, all for the sake of building political power. It is essential for us to not cede religion to the far right.
In big and small ways, we need to be continually asking ourselves, what is love calling me to do in this moment? What is love calling my congregation to do?
And I really do believe that is our universalist core that says there's no one outside of the circle of love, and we're going to fight for every single one of us, because collective liberation is the vision that flows from the belief that love is at the center.
And we will broaden our circle of love by including a second verse today. You'll notice in your order of service for our opening hymn, the hymn of the month, "'Tis a Gift to Be Simple," number 16 in your hymnal, your gray hymnal. We're going to add a second verse. What we will do is we'll sing the hymn 3 times. We will sing the verse that's printed in your hymnal the first time, and on the second time, I will demonstrate how to fit all of those words into the music, and then I'm going to ask you to try your hand at it the third time. I do invite you, though, to sing the second half of that second verse, because those words are the same, and you're quite familiar with it. As a matter of fact, some of you are doing it from memory as you turn around in a circle at the end of this hymn. So please stand if you're able and join me in this experiment in adding a verse to our opening hymn of the month. Bill. 'Tis a gift to be simple, 'tis a gift to be free, 'tis a gift to come down where we ought to be. And when we find ourselves in the place just right, 'twill be in the valley of love and delight. When true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. 'Tis the gift to be loved, and that love to return. 'Tis the gift to be taught, and a richer gift to learn. And when we expect of others what we try to live each day, then we'll all live together and learn to say, when true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn will be our delight, till by turning we come round right. Everyone. 'Tis the gift to be loved, and that love to return. 'Tis the gift to be taught, and a richer gift to learn. And when we expect of others what we try to live each day, then we'll all live together and learn to say, when true simplicity is gained, to bow and to bend, we shan't be ashamed. To turn our delight, till by turning we come round right. Thank you.
And now I invite you to greet those closest to you this morning. Let's greet one another. let's use our gray hymnal and turn to the back, and we'll start with number 540. The gray hymnal. Today, the peace of autumn pervades the world. Spreading over deserted fields to all horizons, its wings of golden green. The many distant villages bask in the sun with eyes closed in idle, languid manner. Languid slumber. In every speck of dust, in every part of my own body, in the visible and invisible worlds. And now turn to number 550. This we know, the earth does not belong to us. We belong to the earth. This we know, all things are connected, like the blood which unites one man. All things are connected. Whatever befalls the earth, befalls the sons and daughters of the earth. We did not weave the web of life. We are merely a strand in it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves.
Please join me in rising as you're able to say some of the promises that we make and keep to each other in this non-creedal faith tradition. Please read with me the words of the Unison Covenant, and then we'll remain standing and sing our doxology. Love is the spirit of this church, and service is its prayer. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in freedom, and to help one another.
Why do I feel such a deep fondness for our UU siblings in the Philippines? I'd like to share why. Thanks. As a UU, I genuinely believe that our faith offers people everywhere, including those in the Asia-Pacific region, a wonderful opportunity to explore their own spiritual journeys. I also cherish having the chance to go on a meaningful pilgrimage in 2019, just before the pandemic, visiting many UUCP congregations. It happened almost by chance, or perhaps it was meant to be. I first heard about a Philippines pilgrimage when a flyer was handed to me at the 2019 General Assembly in Spokane, Washington. Growing up in Hawaii with Filipino relatives and visiting the Philippines a few times on business trips, this small gesture sparked my curiosity. I decided to book a flight to Negros Island in October 2019. Shuli brought a video camera to capture special moments along the journey, and what started as a simple recordings quickly turned into creating a heartfelt documentary about the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines. Through inspiring interviews and meaningful conversations with ministerial and lay leaders, I was able to build genuine connections within the UUCP community. The UUCP community has been a vibrant and evolving part of UU history since Reverend Toribio Kamada founded it in 1954. It started with just 9 congregations in the Northern Negros Oriental, and over the years, under his inspiring leadership, it grew to include over 25 congregations. In 2019, Reverend Rebecca Quimada Sienas and Percy Mark Quimada Sienas, his daughter and grandson, shared heartfelt stories about the UUCP journey. Despite facing incredible challenges, including Reverend Kamada's tragic martyrdom in 1988 for standing up to his values, the community's resilience and growth are truly inspiring. I also learned that UUCP has faced difficulties in securing steady funding because most of its members are subsistence farmers earning just over $10 a day. These earnings must cover household costs, farming supplies, and equipment. With the average household in the Philippines consisting of 4 people, often more in rural areas, there's little, if any, for UUCP members to donate to their local church. Jency Condes, who was training to become a minister in 2019, shared that her congregation in Nataban, where Reverend Kamada's original church headquarters was located, couldn't afford to install jalousies in the open windows of their church building because they typically collected less than $1 each Sunday. On rainy days during worship, some members had to move from the wet side to the dry side of the chapel, depending on the wind direction. This profound story really touched me, especially since I started life with humble beginnings. One of my most heartfelt dreams is to see UUCP flourish in a sustainable way, transforming into a genuine UU spiritual home for people throughout the Asia-Pacific region. I truly believe that this can make a wonderful contribution to building a loving, just, and peaceful world, especially as the influence of this region continues to grow worldwide. Cebu, where Reverend Kevin Mann is soon to dedicate 2 years of UU work at his and Reverend Kamada's ancestral home, holds a special place in this vision as a bustling financial hub in the Philippines with a lively community of urban professionals and excellent transportation links across Asia Pacific. Cebu City is ideally situated to support this journey. Reverend Mann aims to start a fellowship in Cebu Island with some of his extended family and others interested in exploring our faith. Currently, a pressing concern for UUCP is that 10 out of its 25 congregations were directly affected by Typhoon Tino earlier this month. I will be reaching out shortly to ask your support for their relief efforts. During my 2019 pilgrimage, I had the opportunity to visit several of these affected congregations, including the Doldo congregation, UUCP, church administrator Reverend Arman Pedro's home congregation, Ule congregation, Bagong Silang congregation, and Nataban congregation, where I met Jensi. I am truly grateful for this chance to share my story about my passion for supporting UUCP. I am excited to join some of you on a visit to the Philippines early next year. Let's all keep this incredible journey going together.
As you all heard, in January of next year, several members of your church are going to be traveling to the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines. Now is the time in our service where we're going to honor everyone going on that service or going on that trip. So if you are, would you please rise in body or spirit so we know who you are? Kind of wave, raise your hand, say hi to those around you. And this blessing in particular is for you all traveling. The Filipino people are an ancient seafaring people who built entire communities on balangay boats that moved across vast oceans as they navigated the stars. As you all embark on this pilgrimage to the UU Church of the Philippines in January 2026, Lori and I want to send you off with this global Unitarian Universalist blessing.
In a nation that faces devastating earthquakes, volcanoes, typhoons, floods, Filipinos build strong and resilient communities that are flexible, adaptable, and call forth the best in each person to contribute to the whole. We bless you with our shared Unitarian Universalist values.
We bless you with katarungan, justice.
May your pilgrimage be grounded in the work of justice and equity. May we not rest until a world where all of us have equal access to education, healthcare, and prosperity. With one of the largest global diasporas, may we work towards a world where Filipinos are not forced to leave their homeland for better futures somewhere else.
We bless you with kaanagayan, equity.
May your journey be rooted in equity, recognizing the profound weight of the privilege you carry within your bodies. What does this relationship of equity look like with realities of racial, class, and American privilege? May the values of anti-racism, anti-oppression be your guide in your relationship building.
We bless you with pagbago, transformation. Octavia Butler says, all that you touch, you change. All that you change, changes you. The only lasting truth is change. God is change.
May you return changed and transformed by your pilgrimage. May you not come back the same person you were before. May your UU faith stretch and grow, humble to learn something anew.
Blessed with over 7,641 islands, 183 regional languages, and 3,000 Unitarian Universalists in 25 congregations. We bless you with kalain-lain, pluralism. May your senses be wide open. May your ears be open. May your eyes be open to new visions. May your lips taste new flavors, and may your heart feel new ways of love.
May you smell the sweet sampaguita flowers of the morning. May your ears hear new sounds, new songs, new prayers, and new experiences, better understanding the expression of liberal religion from the Philippines experience. May your mind, body, and spirit be open to what you may encounter.
We bless you with kapwa, the spirit of interdependence, the Filipino concept of shared identity. There is no me without you. There is no you without me. We bless you with the spirit of collective unity, because together, anything is possible.
In a land where increasing climate change has caused natural disasters, bayanihan refers to entire communities that come together in times of disasters to literally move nipa hut village homes built on bamboo stilts to safety one by one until everyone is out of danger. May your bonds be as strong and collective.
We bless you with generosity and the bayanihan spirit of collective solidarity.
As ambassadors of our Unitarian Universalist faith, of the First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco, may your pilgrimage be rooted in the highest values of our faith as you build bridges of relationships across oceans, continents, and racial divides.
And finally, and perhaps most importantly, we bless you with love, with the spirit of gugma, with mahal, at the center of our faith, at the center of your pilgrimage. May you fall in love with the people, the places, the songs, and the faith that you find there in the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines. May you be blessed by the 8-ray sun, blessed by the turquoise blue waters, blessed by love. Kapalaran, it's in our hands.
May we together nurture a global UU community able to withstand any challenge, any adversity, any fascist dictator. May our hearts, our puso, beat as one people, warmed by a shared global chalice. Blessed be, it's in our hands, may it be so.
May it be so. Amen. Thank you.
This morning's offering will support the church congregations affected by Typhoon Tino, addressing this urgent need for compassionate care in the aftermath of this disaster. The funds we raise will repair damaged church buildings that serve as essential community centers for worship, education, and shelter. Over 50 UU families in the direct path of Typhoon Tino have experienced damage to their homes, their crops, which are their primary sources of livelihood. Your generous contributions will provide immediate relief and help restore regular worship activities for our UU siblings facing significant challenges. In line with our core values of love, interdependence, and justice, we stand in support of those in need.
a Unitarian Universalist values prayer after St. Francis by Reverend Christopher Busey of the UU Church of Knoxville, Tennessee. Make us instruments of your peace. Where there is indifference, may we bring justice. Where there is selfishness, may we bring equity. Where there is stagnation, may we bring transformation. Where there is homogeneity, may we bring pluralism. Where there is isolation, may we bring interdependence. And where there is greed, may we bring generosity. And where there is hatred, may we bring love. Make us instruments of your peace, with love at the center of everything we do. During this time, if you have lost someone close to you in this past year, we invite you to stand or raise your hand in silent witness to this loss. Please do this now. May you feel the gentle love of this community now and always. Ven hacia mí y al corazón cántale tu compasión. Sopla al volar su Good morning, First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco. I've been looking forward to returning to your historic pulpit for months, and it's such an honor, always an honor, to touch this sacred historic pulpit where Reverend Thomas Starr King himself preached here from April 28th, 1860 to his death on March 4th, 1864. Thomas Starr King was credited, as you know, for saving California for the Union during the Civil War. He preached up and down the Golden State in favor of saving California for the Union so that it would not be admitted as a slave state. In Starr King's word himself, he said, "I pledged California to a Northern Republic and to a flag that should have no treacherous threads of cotton on its wrap." As one of the most vocal white abolitionists of his time, Reverend Thomas Starr King stirred the soul of early California. He stirred the soul of a nation and asked us to be certain about our commitment to justice and liberation. Preaching, "Be sure to know the foundations of your life," Thomas Starr King said. "Know why you live as you do. Be ready to give a reason for it." Reverend Starr King asks us to be clear to what our life is committed to. He died at only 39 years old and spoke with a fire that recognized the brief and precious gift that life truly is. Starr wanted us to be clear of our foundations as Unitarian Universalists. 160 years later, in 2025, the Unitarian Universalist Association calls us forward. Reverend Dr. Sophia Betancourt was quoting our colleague C.B. Beale saying, "We must be intentional about moving fear out of the center and replacing it with love over and over and over again as many times as is necessary." Now, the work of Adrienne Maree Brown's Emergent strategy emphasizes the power of relationships. As a queer woman of color, Adrienne's work talks about the strength of our movement is the strength of our relationships. Scaling up would mean going deeper, being more vulnerable, opening our heart up, and being more empathetic. Emergent strategy draws from the work of biomimicry, which is the practice of looking into nature's time-tested patterns, systems, and strategies to inspire human innovations. The idea of biomimicry is that living organisms and ecosystems have been evolving for billions of years, so their solutions to survival, whether in design, materials, energy use, or community balance, can guide us in solving human challenges. Adrienne says, "All of us know something, and together we know a lot." The vulnerable island nations like the Philippines are on the front lines of climate change. As you heard Lori talk about earlier, 2 typhoons recently hit the Philippines, the 20th of the season and the 21st of the season. Typhoon Tino was the 20th and hit the Central Visayas. 10 of our 25 UU churches were directly impacted, and dozens of families lost their homes, lost their crops, lost the animals that survive off of the crops. And so Typhoon Tino slammed directly into our UU churches. Most of our UU family in this part of the world rely on the land for their survival, so the funds that you raise today are going to go towards supporting directly the people affected. The spirit of bayanihan, or collective solidarity, is what Lori and I both talked about. There may be an image that we could show with the spirit of bayanihan. Many outside the urban areas live in traditional Bahay Kubo or Nipa hut homes, and these homes are built on bamboo. So there's long rows of bamboo at the bottom of these homes. As you can see here, the people literally lift the community's homes in times of volcanoes, typhoons, floods. The Philippines is the most prone country to natural disasters in the world, and it's created a sense of collective solidarity. That sense of collective solidarity is this image of bayanihan, where one by one your home is moved to safety, away from the lava, away from the flood, away from the volcano. And this bamboo that's at the traditional sense of the Bahay Kubo is both strong and flexible. In times of trauma, the bamboo learns to bend and not break. Beneath the surface, the bamboo roots spread wide beneath the ground. Bamboo interlocks its roots with other bamboos in the area, sending nutrients, sending support. If there's something attacking one bamboo, these underground networks can help support the other bamboos. Some bamboo species can grow up to 1 foot per day and take only 3 to 5 years to reach maturity. Bamboo's rapid growth rate, its resilience, and its ability to sequester and capture carbon dioxide has made it a critical fight against climate change. Can we, Unitarian Universalists, learn to bend and not break like the bamboo? What is the ancient medicine that nature has always been trying to teach us? That we humans are not as separate from the earth as we would like to believe. Now, some key takeaways from Emergent strategy is this that Adrienne teaches: small is good. Small is all. The large is a reflection of the small. It's about fractals, the patterns of the universe that repeat at scale, because what we practice at the small scale sets the patterns for the whole system. So take away these 8 points from this sermon. 1, change is constant. Be like water. 2, there is always enough time for the proper work. 3, there is a conversation in the room that only these people can have at this moment. Find it. 4, never a failure, always a lesson. 5, trust the people. They will become trustworthy. 6, move at the speed of trust. Move at the speed of trust. 7, focus on critical connections more than critical mass. And 8, less prep, more presence. What you pay attention to grows. First Unitarian Universalist Society of San Francisco, let us weave our roots of love tightly together like the bamboo, strong and interlocked. Let us look to guidance from nature as we resist fascism and all its ugly and terrible forms. Let us hold fast to our values of love and justice and remember the spirit of Thomas Starr King as to guide us on our path to becoming the anti-racist, anti-oppressive, multicultural global community that Dr. King called an inescapable network of mutuality, tied to a single garment of destiny. May the Bayanihan spirit of collective solidarity help us build a world with love and justice for every last one of us. Amen. Kapalaran, may it be so.
Julia, I'm going to invite you up to do the invitations because we're running a little long and we've got some great programming after service.
Great. I guess I'm the final hymn. Thank you, Reverend Mann. So the worship service is ending, but we will continue to focus on and act out our UU values. And going forward, we will connect even more with each other, which is what we've been hearing about. And here are a few enticing events that are coming up. They're in your order of service, so you already know about them, but I'm going to highlight a few. First of all, after service and after the coffee hour, our own fabulous poet, Kathleen McClung, will be reading from her new book. Yes, she has a newly published book of poetry. It's called Climbing the Firescape, Flipping the Raft. That's pretty enticing to get you to go hear what the poems are. Also, I don't know if you've been in the Martin Luther King room and the Star King room and looked at the quilts. They were made by Sue Fox out of ties that belonged to Ken Keep. You may remember our member Ken Keep, who's no longer with us, but he collected 2,000 ties, and some of them are made into quilts. Next Saturday, from 10 to 4, Sue Fox will be here and show you how she did it, answer your questions, so come meet her. And of course, you all know that we're going to have the Christmas holiday fair. You know the date, December 7th? Yeah, December 7th. We hope you'll come. And to make it a wonderful experience, we need your help. After the service, you can go into the gallery. There's a table. You could sign up to do something. You could find Luann Schulte and agree to make cookies. They're going to be sold to people at the fair so that we raise money for Up on Top. Up on Top, most of you know, but not all of you. Up on Top is a after-school program that started here some years ago, and it's good to raise money for them. I also want to alert you to the fact that there are prizes given out at the holiday fair, prizes for your costume. Come as your most ugly Christmas sweater, or come in a different costume that represents the holiday. I'm thinking Scarecrow dressed up as Santa Claus. Anyway, look forward to seeing you in the gallery. Remember, there's coffee in the courtyard. The sun is out. Nice to see you.
Adrienne Maree Brown teaches that perhaps humans' core function is love. Love leads us to observe in a much deeper way any other emotion. If the goal was to increase the love rather than winning or dominating a constant opponent, I think we could actually imagine liberation from constant oppression. We would suddenly be seeing everything we do, everyone we meet, not through the tactical eyes of war, but through the eyes of love. That was the benediction.
Let's rise and join And now, in our comings and our goings, may the light of love shine upon us. Out from within us, be gracious to us, and grant us peace. For this is the day we are given. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Amen.
Amen.